Hey everyone, Nubkasub here. We are back with another video. We have an update and my apologies for that because we have a free weekend and I'm updating on a Sunday. It's still already on weekend, but still we have a free weekend games and we have a lot of deals which I missed out during previous videos. If you haven't watched, go watch my previous videos. I have covered all the games, while the few games are just came up on the deals and I missed out after uploading the videos of the before. So we are covering all these games for today which I missed earlier on. So without wasting any time, let's get to the video. So the first free weekend game is coming up from the Diablo 4. So Diablo 4 has a free until there is a along with the today's free, there will be a 2 days up to like a 20th to 29. It will be free from the Indian Standard Time, and respectively the Western Standard Time. There will be another time zone for this, but still you got a 2 to 3 days to play on from today. So it is the isometric RPG games, which is nightmare dungeons and legendary loots. Embark on an epic campaign solo or with the friends, meeting memorable characters through gripping story in a beautifully dark world. So currently this is a free weekend games, and if you wanted to buy, they have the standard editions, and the deal will be ending up on soon on 30th January. 45% off, 2,288, almost like at $23 to $24. So the deals which I will be covering along is, first one is Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. So we have 25% off, 2,099, almost like at $21 to $22. So in this game we are playing as embodies superhuman skill and brutality of a space marine, unleash deadly abilities and devastating weaponries to obliterate the relentless tyrant swarms, defend the Imperium in a spectacular third-person action or a multiplayer gameplay. So we have all the Space Marines and we love that, the first ones as well. So this is the second segment and gotta love these games, and also pretty fantastic graphics and cinematics are there, highly optimized games. So it's a 25% off, 2,099, almost like $21 to $22. So it's worth to check it out. Next game is coming up from this Witcher 3 Trilogy. So Witcher 3 Trilogy is 84% off, 506, almost like a $5 to $6, in which you will get all the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and the DLCs, Witcher 2 Assassins of the Kings, and Witcher 3 Enhanced Edition Director's Cut. So all three games in a bundle, you will get the great deals on it, and it's an amazing game from The Witcher. I highly suggest you to play it on. Play as it will Geralt of Rivia and their journey from The Witcher 1 to Witcher 3 to finding out the city, and the story ends after the blood and wine for the Geralt of Rivia, which is 84% off, 506, almost like a $5 to $6. So I highly recommend to get these games on, and the offers will be ending soon on 2nd February. So before that you have to grab this game, and I highly recommend. This game is also my favorite one, which is Souls-like dark fantasy action RPG, which is Lies of P. So Lies of P is 40% off, 2,220, almost like a $23 to $24. So Lies of P is a thrilling Souls-like that takes the story of the Pinocchio, turns into a hard soul-based games and sets it against the darkly elegant backdrop of the ballet Opera. So you are a puppet created by the Gepto, who caught into the web of lies and unimaginable monsters and untrustworthy figures standing between you and the events that befall in the worlds of Lies of P. So you have also the RPG mechanics where you choose to become a puppet or become more human. So as you become more puppet, the story goes on linear ways what the story has to be as a Pinocchio, but as you choose a more human way, the story differently takes a new directions. So that's a pretty cool mechanics with the Souls-like games and heavily inspired from the Bloodborne and Soulsborne games. So this is 40% off, 2,220, almost like a $21 to $22. So I highly suggest you to get this game and put your hands on this game, that you will love that game, and pretty much hard as well. So the next game is coming up from the same Souls-like games, which is the Lord of the Fallen, and version is already introduced 1.7. Latest also introduced update, which is 23rd January. There's a lot of factions update and also the body types update. So it's a 67% off, $999, almost like a $10 to $11. So it's a pretty fantastic deals right now, which is a vast world awaits in the metaverse dark fantasy action RPG. Lords of the Fallen, a fabled dark crusader, embark on an epic quest to overthrow a demon god. Now includes significant performance improvement and custom difficulty modifiers. So the latest updates also added the difficulty settings, which I don't like in the Souls-like game, which has to be the natural as it is. But you can journey across the two vast parallel worlds, fully customize your experience and advanced gameplay modifier systems, master a fast, fluid and challenging combat system, overcome epic boss battles, wield devastating magic attacks and character buffs. Invite a second player to join up co-op missions as well, or either you can play with the multiplayers, encounter a wide array of NPCs, choose from the 9 stating characters classes including Knight, Rogue and Fire Apprentice. Replay any boss in chaos battle modes. So you have a boss rush mode, so you can complete as many as boss possibles or multiple times. Just like a Dark Souls 2, we have a bonfire aesthetics, which you can kill boss any numbers of time you want. So that's a pretty deal. 67% off, $9.99, almost like a $10 to $11. So that's a huge drop prices from the previous one, which is great deal and I highly suggest you to add it to the library. The next game is coming out from the Bayonetta and Vanquish. So Bayonetta is 70% off, $4.34, almost like a $4 to $5. While if you're going to buy a bundle of Bayonetta and Vanquish bundle, you will get 72% off, $8.24, almost like a $9 to $10. So Bayonetta will be the Platinum Games universally acclaimed action masterpiece, finally coming to PC. So the game is totally based on the last survivor of the ancient witch clan who keep balance between the dark, light and chaos, entombed to protect herself and the worlds as we know it. Bayonetta is discovered and revived after 500 years, sparking a chain of events and cataclysmic repercussions. Thrust straight into the battle with only one clue to her past, Bayonetta must discover the truth and fight for the future. A daunting conquest sees her faces off against countless angelic enemies and the giant foes in the game of 100% pure actions. So the graphics has been improved, the grace, climax sections and extravagant combat, supernatural powers, full Steam supports as well, enhanced PC graphics, and there's also voices and the language to differently choose on. So this is 70% off, $4.34, almost like a $4 to $5. So that's the great deal. The next deal is Vanquish under the deal of Bayonetta and Vanquish bundle, which is also 70% off, $4.34, almost like a $4 to $5. While in a bundle with the Bayonetta, you will get 72% off, $8.24, almost like a $9 to $10. So in this game, you will gear up in the augmented reaction suit as a government operative Sam Gaiden and becomes the ultimate weapon. Combine the unrivaled firepower with the superhuman speed and agility to take down a huge variety of deadly robots. So this game is totally based on the arsenals of the weapons, including future tech, and all the DLCs fully uncloud the frame rate as well, where you can slide legions of enemies, deadly firepower, spectacular environments, challenges and competitions. These and unlock frame rate as well up to 4K support, enhanced PC deep graphical options. So these are the features which has included 70% off, $4.34, almost like a $4 to $5. And in the bundle with the Bayonetta and Vanquish, you will get 72% off, which is $8.24, almost like an $8 to $9. So I highly suggest you to have this on your game library, so it's worth to check it out. The next game is coming up from the Halo, the Master Chief Collections, in which you will get 75% off, $8.37, almost like a $9 to $10. So these collections, you will get the Master Chief collections from the Halo Reach, Combat Evolve Anniversary, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST and Halo 4. So these are all the games you will included in this. Begin your Halo adventures today with the Chief Legendary Halo Combat Anniversary, involve following noble teams, pivotal battle to save humanity's last strongholds in Halo Reach. Experience the Master Chief's epic saga, unravels the mysteries of an ancient Halo ring, enjoy the legendary multiplayer experience with 19 unforgettable maps. So also has a optimized PC versions up to 4K supports as well. You will get all these Halo 3 ODST campaigns. Halo 4, the Master Chief, offers the players their own exciting journey through the epic saga. So the Master Chief Collections is 75% off and $837, almost like an $8.9 to $9.5. So the next game, which is also coming up from this Souls-like game, difficult single-player Dark Fantasy, which is Thymesia, 60% off, $7.99, almost like a $8 to $9. So this game is grueling action RPG with fast-paced combat and intricate plague weapon system in a kingdom where the death spreads. Play as a mysterious character known by the codename Corvus. Prey upon your enemies, wield the power of disease, and find the truth in your own memories. So that's the Souls games kind of thing, which has not a bunch of hours of gameplay. It's a totally kind of in a less hour of gameplay, but still fantastic. Depends on these gameplay's perspectives, and also they have a Souls-like genre and graphics enhanced and new game mechanics into the Souls-like games. So 60% off, $7.99. It's worth a deal. So $8 to $9, that's a great deal, and it's worth to check it out. The next game is coming up from the Highs on Life. So High on Life is 40% off, $7.79, almost like a $8 to $9, which is comedy FPS single-player dark humor sci-fi games. Humanity is threatened by an alien cartel who wants to use them as a drug. It's up to you to rescue and partner with the cosmetics talking gun, take down Germantinus and his gang and save the world. So these games, as always, you have a gun or even a melee weapon, have a talking faces on it like Morty. Leverage the unique skills of each gun to go up against a variety of criminals as you track down the nefarious and Germantinus and his gang's alien goons. Complete the hunter challenges. So these are the features in it, which is 40% off, $7.79, almost like $8 to $9. So highly suggest you to check it out. So the next game is coming up from the We Happy Few from the Compulsory Gaming's Gearbox, which is 75% off, $7.49, almost like $8 to $9. So this game is quite a bit of uniquely adventure open world action survival indie games from the independent studios, which We Happy Few, which is game set in a drug-fueled retro-futuristic city in an alternate 1960s England. Hide, fight, and confirm your way out of this delusional, joy-obsessed world. So it kind of the games where this storyline is gonna mess up your mind, like a tale of a plunky bunch of mortality terrible people trying to escape from the lifetime cheerful denial in the cities of the Wellington Wells in the alternative 1960 England. Confidently is a key. You will have to fight, blend in the drug-adult inhabitants, most of the whom don't take kindly to the people who won't abide by their not-so-normal rules. So it's a 75% off, $7.49. I think this is the great deal and great game to experience with the mind-twisting storylines. So it's worth to check it out. The next game is coming up from the beat-em-up Western action adventure co-op games. It's Evil West, 70% off, which is $6.89, almost like a $6 to $7, which is a dark maniac consumes the old West in a solo or co-op fight in several style anniversaries, explosive combat against the bloodthirsty monstrosity, eradicate the vampiric hordes with your lightning-fueled gauntlet, and become a Wild West superhero. So the story's battlegrounds, the dark maniac consume the American frontier as one of the last agents of the top secret vampire hunting institutes. You are the final line between the humanity and a deep-rooted terror that now emerges from the shadows. Rise up and become a Wild West superhero, eradicate the vampire threat, and save the United States. So it has a battle won with the friends, stylish gory action combat, myths and legend retold with the stylized wired with the West universe, involved with the perks, upgradable weapon and tools, explore and fight through a story-driven campaign to save the country. So this is 70% off, $6.89, almost like a $7 to $8. So that's the huge discount of this game, and it will last forever, like 26 from now to 26 hours. So it's worth to check it out. The next game is my favorite one, which is coming up from the Max Payne 3 and Max Payne 2. So Max Payne 3 is 70% off, $3.29, almost like a $3 to $4, in which You are no playing as Max Payne. You are no longer co-op, close to the washtub and addicted to the painkillers. Max takes a job of the Sao Paulo, Brazil, protecting the family of the wealthy real estate mogul Rodrigo Branco in order to finally escape the troubled past. But as the event spirals out of his control, Max Payne finds out himself alone on the streets of unfamiliar city, desperately searching for the truth and fight for a way out. It's a 70% off, $3.29, almost like a $3 to $4. While Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, which is totally depends on the violent and film noir love story, dark, tragic and intense, in-depth story in the thrill ride of shocking twists and revelations, which will be his life is ruined. Max Payne finds out himself back in NYPD. During the routine murder investigations, he runs into the Mona Shags, a woman thought dead, a feminine fatal murderer suspect. She holds the key to the questions that haunt him, but nothing is simple in the dark and tragic night in the New York cities. An army of underworld thugs stands between the Max and the answers he seeks. His journey deeper into his own personal hell continues, which is 75% off, $163, almost like a less than even a $2. So I highly suggest to have these two games for the Max Payne 2 and 3, which is totally slow-mo camera movements and the iconic cinematic gunfights. So that's a great deal. Next game is coming up from the Sifu, which is martial art beat 'em up crime difficult actions games, 60% off, $4.99, almost like a $5 to $6, in which you have a realistic third-person brawler with the tight kung fu combat mechanics and cinematic martial arts action, embarking you on a path for a revenge. So this game is totally revolves around the decisions whether you choose to play as a male and female Sifu. You will ponder upon the questions of your path of revenge, hunting down families, assassins, one against all. You have no allies, countless enemies, and mysterious amulet to bring you back to the life every time you die. Yet you be warned, your secret weapons comes with a hefty price to pay, aging and its consequences. Your enemies don't wait their turn and they don't broadcast their intent. Dodge, parry, strike, use combos and be like a water making its way through the captivating environments. Learn how to master this art. So it's a 60% off, $4.99, almost like a $5 to $6. So this is the great beat 'em up martial art games if you wanted to experience the highly action-packed games. So 60% off, $4.99, almost like $5 to $6. I highly suggest you to have this on your library. The last but not least game is coming out from the Atlas Fallen Reign of the Sand edition, which will be 50% off, $9.49, almost like $10 to $11, which will be lasting around 24 hours from now, which is a solo or co-op experience. Reigns of Sands is the new update from the ultimate versions of the Atlas Fallen. Ride through the sands of the timeless land and defeat the legendary monsters in a spectacular action RPG combat using devastating powers. So you can play either solo or co-op or under online players. So master the sense of the manifest devastating weapons and the harvest the essence of your enemies to customize your own play style. Open new era of humanity in a narrative campaign, playable solo or in a cooperations with a friend. Break your chains, unleash the storm. So this new update for the Reigns of the Sands also add the more gameplay hours to the standard Atlas Fallen's games. So it's 50% off, $9.49, almost like a $9 to $10. So that's the huge recommendations from my side to experience this kind of gameplays. So that's it from my side. All these deals are covering up which I missed earlier on. So these are the games which including, and that's under the deals till, like some of them will be ending up soon with the 24 to 25 hours. So if you want it, just go grab it. So I'll meet you in the next video. So till then, keep gaming. Noob Kasub out here.
Yeah, boy.